Now, the thing is that, there is a lot of chatter around V.K. Pandian and also Naveen Babu, that V.K. Pandian is de facto the person who's taking all the decisions on behalf of Naveen Babu. Several leaders of the Biju Janata Dal have spoken openly and also behind the curtains to say that they really do not have a say. It is V.K. Pandian who runs the government and who runs the chief minister.
Well, Sudha, the two very important aspects to this question. First and foremost is that it looks that Naveen Babu has also realized that there is a lot of chatter on the ground about the validity of V.K. Pandian as successor to Naveen Patnaik. Now, Naveen Patnaik comes from legacy. His father is one of the tallest Indian leader, and a very flamboyant one, rather international leader, I would say. And he has carried his legacy for 4 terms. Now, what has happened is that the BJP has been targeting V.K. Pandian right from the word go, and it seems that their strategy has succeeded. They have been targeting V.K. Pandian about his ancestry, that how he's tried to convert the fight between an Odia and a non-Odia, and also the fact that, that how V.K. Pandian is successor to Naveen Patnaik. Now, what it does is that A, Odia versus non-Odia creates a doubt in the mind of the electorate, and B, that he is the successor to Naveen Patnaik sows seed of doubt and anger and resentment in the mind of leaders of Biju Janata Dal. So, this was definitely not a ploy which was going to work for Naveen Patnaik a lot. And, ever since the day before yesterday, when Hemanta Biswa Sarma tweeted a video of where, the shaking hand of Naveen Patnaik was there, and how, Pandian took his hand and put it behind the podium so people could not see that shaking of hand. Post that, the way BJP has gone belligerent about it, Naveen Patnaik realized that if he continues with the dominant narrative that V.K. Pandian is his successors and all, it might boomerang badly on the BJD's chances. And that is the reason why this time he has clarified his AI. Yesterday he said that if Prime Minister claims that he's my friend, all he could have done is to pick up the phone and call me and inquire about my health. Second is that today he has given an interview to a news agency where he has clarified that, more importantly than his health, that V.K. Pandian is not my successor.
And on that note, I'm going to stop you, Brijesh, and I'm going to come back, because in that video, Brijesh, that you mentioned, we also saw Pandian holding the mic for Naveen Babu. I'll come to the next question, but meanwhile, listen into what Naveen Babu said about V.K. Pandian, and we get back to this discussion with Brijesh Pandey.
So the other question which has risen during this election is that has basically emanated from people who have left your party. And they say that Mr. Pandian, your confidant, and a person who has been working with you, a bureaucrat who's now out of the bureaucracy and but continues to serve you, that he is your gatekeeper and he takes all the decisions on your behalf.
That is ridiculous. And I've said it often before. This is an old allegation and it holds no weight.
All right, you heard that once again, and I'm in conversation with my colleague Brijesh Pandey over what Naveen Patnaik, Chief Minister of Odisha, the clarifications that he made. According to Brijesh Pandey, for those who've just joined us, he said it may have boomeranged, and therefore Naveen Patnaik made it extremely clear that V.K. Pandian is not his political successor. Brijesh, that video that one is talking about, and where he also, of course, in this interview, he made it very clear about Hemanta Biswa Sarma that when outsiders come to Odisha, we take great exception to the fact that they get very personal and almost saying interfere in the affairs of our state. I'm going to expand this discussion. This is all about Odisha Asmita. This election has been, like you said, insider, outsider. Narendra Modi said, where are the keys to the Ratna Bhandar, the Jagannath Puri, the God, the one temple which gives the maximum amount of food in this country? Where is it? It's been given to a Tamil, which made M.K. Stalin also react. So decode this for us, that is it because V.K. Pandian is a Tamil and also a bureaucrat turned politician? Is this the entire thing which is perhaps hurt Naveen Patnaik and the BJD this election?
Well, Sudha, in election, in war, you have to strategize. The strategy is that you attack your opponent. in the case of Naveen Patnaik, the Prime Minister as well as the BJP strategist also realized that he's too towering a figure and his legacy is even more towering. So, there is no way you can get personal about Naveen Patnaik without, getting some kind of blowback from the public. So, who do you target? I think, the easiest target and perhaps the target which was served on platter by the BJD and more so by Naveen Patnaik was V.K Pandian, because, irrespective of what Naveen Patnaik says, V.K Pandian is right now eyes and ears of the Chief Minister, and also the fact that if you look at the kind of, the media coverage V.K Pandian got during this entire election, it is unprecedented. I mean, no bureaucrat until unless, you appoint him as your successor gets this kind of coverage and also live to tell the tale. So, the BJP immediately realized, and that is the reason why if you seek, Sudha, that in the last month, they have carefully recalibrated from start where they did not even mention a word against Naveen Patnaik to targeting only and only V.K Pandian, and also raising this issue of how, he's of Tamil ancestry, and also the fact that he's not a real Odia, making it an insider and outsider, and how he's holding a vice-like grip. This is as per the BJP over Naveen Patnaik. This narrative, they found many takers, even within the BJD, and that is the reason why BJP felt that if they stick to this particular narrative, they will be able to reap whirlwind as far as this particular election is concerned. And that is the reason why, Naveen Patnaik, who in many ways is like Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that he doesn't respond to criticism just like that. This even forced Naveen Patnaik to realize that if he doesn't respond to this criticism, it will allow BJP to run away with the narrative, hence the clarification.